Good evening, Internet, and hello, I'm AB Marie, and you have no idea who I am yet. Okay, so a little bit about me. I'm 20 years old. I will be 21 on August 12th. This is the first vlog I've ever made. Vlog I've ever made in my life. So it begs the question, why? Why haven't I done this before? Why am I choosing to do it now? And there's a couple factors. One, I'm an atheist, which means that when I die, I don't think I'm going to go anywhere. Well, I know I'm going to end up in a box in the ground, but spiritually, I don't go anywhere. So this is it for me. Like, this is my main life. So I have to achieve immortality in a different way, which for me means leaving something behind for people to remember me by. I am working on a book, but it's a fiction book, and it doesn't really have much to do with me. So maybe if I vlog, it can be a way for people to remember me, get to know me. Because I know, like, some people pass away and then, their family members go over to their house and they discover, like, all these old journals and diaries that they used to write in. But a journal or a book with handwriting in it, I don't feel like that's the same as physically being able to see a person, like right now, a video, where you can see my hand gestures and hear my voice and see my, it's not the same. So maybe I can leave something behind that will make me immortal forever. So there's that. 2, I'll be honest. I'm 20 years old. I got a very cute haircut. This is the shortest I've ever had my hair since I was like 5 years old. And I look cute, but I don't really have a high level of confidence in myself. Probably has a lot to do with how I feel about my body, and most of my friends are 1,000 miles away, pick a direction. Not because they're avoiding me, just because, life happens and they move away. But anyways, so I feel kind of lonely, and yeah. So reason number 2, maybe vlogging and getting used to the whole talking and hearing my own voice and my own thoughts and, telling them to, well, complete strangers. Maybe that'll help me feel more confident about reaching out to people and making friends. And yeah. Reason number 3. What was reason number 3? I had it written down. And see, okay, so this is like video attempt number 4. Because I did make a video that I liked of this, spiel, but I tried to edit it and I'm not good at computers at all and it sucks. So I'm going to try and do this all in one shot. Let me start from the beginning. The first time I ever watched a video on YouTube, I was 12 years old and I was at my friend's house, and I think it was Ryan Higa. When I was a kid, the holy trinity of YouTubers was Ryan Higa, Shane Dawson, and Fred. I don't watch Fred anymore, but Shane Dawson and Ryan Higa I still watch to this day, religiously. Though I don't know if I'm a fan. I mean, I love their work, but like, I'm not a fan of them like I'm a fan of Jared Padalecki or Jensen Ackles. If I met those two in real life, I'd probably faint or scream or freak out, and I wouldn't know what to do with myself. If I met a YouTuber in real life, I don't know. It's because, like, I grew up with them. Or rather, even though they don't know me, I knew them. And a lot of the times, even though they were talking about their own lives, I would, like, start to shake and, like, get red in the face and almost cry. Because there were times when it felt like they were talking for me. And which is crazy, because of course they don't know who I am. And I'm probably not the only person that feels that way. There's probably millions of people who feel that way and idolize them more than I do. But basically, since I've been watching them since I was 12, even though I probably shouldn't have been, I've seen their videos that they make now, and I've seen how much they've progressed as people, and how, they've gradually started to become more comfortable in their own skin. And it's really inspiring and really comforting. So they kind of led me to want to try this, which I think is a very good thing to try, as opposed to Molly or vodka. This is much more substantial and beneficial. Now, the last reason I'm deciding to maybe start vlogging regularly is because I work in retail, which means I see a lot of crazy shit. And today was no exception. I feel like I stopped a kid from setting a bomb off somewhere or something. Now, trigger warning, I talk about bombs and explosions. I don't know if that's offensive or, triggering for anyone, maybe veterans or something, or people who've been in like combat or, situations like that, but, you're forewarned. Basically, I work at a store. It's a department store. I don't know if I should tell you what it is, but it's called, it rhymes with bonkers, and for good reason. So I was at the register today, and there was this kid, like 16, 17 years old, really tall, and really like, not creepy looking, like not his face or anything, but his mannerisms and the way he was like skulking around was really creepy. So what he was doing, he had a fidget spinner in his hand, like he wanted to buy it. It was like in a box or whatever. And then he came up to the register and he looked around as if he was going to buy something or, go through a transaction. But then he walked away. And then he kept doing that. And then he was like walking back and forth in front of the registers, like looking around, looking at the registers. And I thought he was like trying to steal something or maybe like rob us. So it was starting to freak me out, and it was also getting annoying. Like, you log into the register, you think you have to do a transaction, and you think you have to start scanning stuff, and then they walk away, and it's like, so finally, after like 5 or 6 times of this kid doing this, I finally tell him, I'm like, hey, is there anything I can help you find? Like, are you looking for something? And then he finally said, I'm looking for a Bluetooth fidget spinner. Now, can I just say, I think fidget spinners are dumb to begin with. Back in my day, all you needed was a slinky and a set of stairs, and you had 4 hours worth of entertainment. We were probably just much simpler back then. But anyways, so it turned out today, literally today, those Bluetooth fidget spinners were put on recall, and we took all of them back from the register. We took them all off, because before that they were sitting at like each register for people to like look at and buy and whatever. So we put them on recall, and we put them back in the docking station like 10 minutes before this kid showed up. And I didn't know why they were on recall, but I told the kid, I'm like, yeah, I'm sorry, we don't stock those anymore. I guess they were faulty or something. So then, this is what he said, with the straightest face in the world. Oh yeah, that's because they blow up. What? They blow up? Hold up. You're telling me, you know for a fact that those things blow up or explode or don't work or whatever, but you're trying to buy one anyway. And then I thought to myself, is this guy like trying to make a bomb or something with one? And that got kind of irritated, because this is how screwed up my thought process is. I'm like, why would you do it like that? There's like 100 million other ways you can make a bomb, and it's, in a lot easier ways. You can make a bomb out of a fucking bottle of shampoo, for crying out loud. And you know what? I think that's what disturbed me the most. Not the fact that he could have been someone trying to make a bomb, or like he was a terrorist in the making or something. What disturbed me the most is that he was trying to use a fidget spinner to do it. Like, why? Of all things. The whole thing was just weird. Really weird. It made me uncomfortable. But anyways. So that was your weird retail story of the day. And also, so yeah, that's one of the main reasons I want to start vlogging, because A, weird things happen in retail, and B, weird things happen in general. I mean, we live in a crazy world. We have a potato who is our current president. We live in a world where Miley Cyrus, A, went off the deep end, B, recovered, and C, Katy Perry caught whatever Miley Cyrus had. Like, I mean, I don't know. It's just a crazy world, and sometimes it's worth recording and documenting, because who else is going to do it? So I would like to conclude this video with promises of future ones, and also kind of a shout out, like a quick shout out and a thanks to all the YouTubers I grew up with who kind of inspired me to do this. I don't want to like steal their thunder or anything, and I don't expect that I will. Okay, I have shitty ass lighting. I have one window, which is a north facing window, which means I get zero sunlight. My lighting, like electricity wise, I don't have very many lights. And then the lights I do have are not very bright. This one is a desk lamp. Yeah. I have some Christmas lights, which only work on like one side of the room. As you can tell, those are out. And I have really, I'm using a webcam. I don't have any of that fancy camera equipment. And honestly, even if I had the money to pick up that stuff, I wouldn't know what to get. God, I don't know anything about cameras or computers or whatever. I had to film all this in one shot because I don't know how to cut a video. It was really frustrating and tough. So I'm just going to upload this whole thing, no editing, no nothing. Even though I wish I could edit it or whatever. Yeah. Well, anyways, I don't want to steal their thunder or sunshine or whatever. Like, I'm not trying to be like an up and coming YouTuber and, what I hope to come of this is maybe, I don't know, maybe talking about events and putting myself out there. Maybe I'll get to meet them someday. I mean, I don't expect to be a full-time YouTuber. I'm going to be taking 18 credit hours of college this semester for studio art. And on top of that, I'm going to be working at Bonkers. And trying to fit a social life in there. Oh, and also sleep. Well, sleep probably won't make it in there. But, Well, there's my story for the day. Apparently we have a new brand of terrorists that try to use fidget spinners as bombs. If you guys want, let me know what you thought of my story. It's not untrue, by the way. It's really not. Let me know, any questions you have, or, I mean, I don't know how much I can answer, because the place I work, I don't know if I'm allowed to talk about it, because it's like a company thing, whatever. But I'll answer as best I can. So, I hope y'all have a good night, and this is AB Marie, over and out.